Hey there, Mr. Smith. I'm Nathaniel Cunningham.
Hey,
Good to meet you.
you.
Yes, sir. Now, I understand that you are wanting some information about wood caskets.
Yes.
Okay. So, just starting off with the very basics, the first thing that you need to know about wooden caskets is that they're all unique. You know, no two trees have the same grain pattern, so no two caskets will have the same grain pattern. So, you know, that's a pro for a lot of people. Some people might not think about it, but some people do, and they find comfort knowing that they have a unique product. Now, a con to wood caskets would be that they're non-sealer, and their natural porous structure means that without an outer container for the burial process, that it will be suspect to elemental damage, you know, dirt, water, things such as that. So, you know, that's a con for a lot of people, but it's easily remedied by having an outer container. Now, there are two types of two types of wood, hardwood and softwood. Hardwood comes from deciduous trees. You know, that might not mean anything to you, but basically what that's saying is those are the types of trees that lose their leaves in the fall. And now softwood trees, they're the trees that bear cones, and they're usually lighter and they are easier to cut than hardwoods, which are more durable and more resistant. But that's just something to keep in mind. Again, a lot of people don't think about that. They probably don't care, but that is something there. Now, you might be wondering why wood caskets cost more than metal caskets, and that really goes into the type of wood. You know, there are some types of wood that are more rare than others. There are some that are non-domestic, meaning that we have to import them. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason that they're more expensive than metal caskets usually. And the craftsmanship, there's a lot more work that goes into making a wooden casket than a metal casket. You know, you have to get the grain patterns aligned just right, and you have to get the joist aligned just right. And you know, there's more structural components that go into it than with a metal casket. So that's, you know, the reason that they tend to be a little bit more expensive. Now, in a moment, I'll show you some of the different caskets that we have available, just to kind of show you the different types of stains and finishes on a casket. So now we don't have any example of some of these, like the unfinished casket. That's just going to be a plain wooden box, no stain, no protective coating, just as plain as you get. Then you can have a natural finish, and that means that it's stained with a protective coating. So there's no color to it, but it has protective coating on it. And then you have a normal stain, which applies color. And then, so if you want to step over here, I'll show you these different types of caskets. This here is a pecan. It is a solid wood. Now this has a matte finish, meaning there's no reflective qualities to it. It's just very flat, very mute. Now again, stepping down here, this would be a semi-gloss, a little bit more than a matte finish, but not quite as much as a cherry, which has, you know, a high gloss characteristic to it. Now, this here is a poplar. This is a softwood as opposed to the pecan and the cherry being hardwoods. Now, a poplar, it's a white wood, so it accepts any type of stain. So that's why poplar caskets are so common, because they're very versatile. They can come in different shades and different glosses. Like this is, like I said, a semi-gloss. We also have poplar caskets that come in a matte finish and a high gloss. So poplar is very versatile in that way. And again, cherry caskets, they're more of a premium wood. They are domestic to the U.S., but a lot of the times we get them from other countries. So that's why, again, they're a little bit more expensive. Yep. And they're typically stained with a red hue. So you don't usually see cherry caskets with another color. So do you have any Any further questions or?
Well, tell me a little bit more about this over here. I really like this casket.
Okay.
Mom, of course, she always wanted a wooden casket.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, pecan, like I said, it's a solid hardwood, matte finish. This is one of our more popular caskets.
Mhm.
Now, it does lock, of course, but there's no seal, like I explained before. Now,
so we wouldn't need a vault to get the environmental protection.
right, you would.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really like that casket, and I think that'll do.
Okay, and I will say, now these are just what we have in our showroom. There are other types of wooden caskets, such as composite or veneer, and they're typically less expensive than solid wood.
Mhm.
So if that would be something that you're interested in, I can show you some of those, and we can get one ordered for you. But you just think about it, and hopefully we can get you with the casket that you want.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find some here in house.
Right. All right. Well, sounds good. Thank
All right,
you.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.